Hello and welcome as it is that of the final day of December and the final day of the year 2020. My name is Derek and this is the Money Charts New Year channel. New Year. Happy New Year. That was my plan. I don't usually say Happy New Year. Yeah, usually just once a year, and it's usually on the same day, the 31st of December, or even the 1st of January, which is actually the case in Japan and some other places in the world, and only that of three as far as the daily chart is concerned. Let me get the exact counter time because I'm going to go this time frame. Anyway, 6 hours and 11 minutes to go as of the recording of this video until UTC has that of a new year. I got 11 hours and 11 minutes. And in fact, in 10 seconds, 11 seconds from now, but yeah, 11 hours, 11 minutes, and 11 seconds to go. I mean, everyone just likes those weird whatever numbers. How about this for a number as in the title? 300% up for the year on Bitcoin. How do you do kind of year? And a lot of people are going to be talking this year, and this is what's interesting because I've heard this on another channel, which is a sports wagering channel, so totally off from cryptocurrency and really market investing. Because stuff like sports gambling and poker, you're totally orient result. You're not on of what you do. I'm surprised that a lot of those individuals don't get into cryptocurrencies as much as I would have figured, as it's a form of gambling as well. But maybe it's because the mainstream doesn't tell them it's gambling. Thus, gamblers don't go to it. And thus, non-gamblers go to, well, you get the idea. With that being said, a lot of people are thinking, oh man, 2021 is going to, thank God that 2020 is over. Bring on 2021. It can't be worse than last year or what the year we just had. Oh, really? Be careful. I mean, I disagree with that. I think it's going to, for the majority who thought 2020 was a really bad year, a lot more of them are going to think 2020 will be even worse come approximately 365 days from now. Of course, time will only tell upon that issue. Where most people watching this video, how many X times is your portfolio from where it was 12 months ago? In most cases, much higher. Silver's up 50% this year. Gold's up about 30%. And if you're in the stock market, as long as you didn't get shaken out this year, you're up this year as well. And of course, Bitcoin up about 300%. Theta, I'll be going over next. I mean, don't even do percent on here. 1,000, how much percent against the dollar? It's like almost $2. It was a dime last year. So, I mean, what a great move. And it was even under a dime at cheaper points too. And just like Bitcoin, up 300% for the year. Well, yeah, Bitcoin was like under like 4,500 at one point. And 4,500 times 10 is 45,000. Well, divide that in half, that's 22.5. That's 5x. Plus another 6. That's like 6 plus x gain on from the lows for the year. So how far, how high can Bitcoin go? And am I crazy to say, yeah, I think it's going to go much higher because of excitation of the 18 average? And I mean, this thing has just been sky high fly since the outset of this chart for the most part. There have been correctionary moves. And it started off within one in here, as we can see with the first downward move. Hitting this high, and then we have this correctionary move. Beautiful run. Correctionary move, and I've been saying this for months now. And even back in here, I was saying, yeah, this is just showing strength amongst 18 average of highs. And I don't know what it means much, but to me it means a lot. I was saying, oh, weak resistance amongst 20K. Yeah, so far, so yeah. We're on period number 2 on the excitation of the 18 average of highs, barely extended. I'm not even going to use the word over. It's extended amongst 18 average of highs. It has just recently been so. Oftentimes, for markets to go to overextended and extremely overextended, it has to go to attempting to get out, and then now just extended, which is basically the case. And then amongst the way to however high this overextension can get to, there's going to be small corrections along the way amongst the short-term move within such, as we can see on the daily chart, where you have a little bit of correcting in here and a much bigger one here. And amongst this isn't even that big. As I was stating, yeah, weak resistance at 20K. Yeah, the resistance it had was from like the third week of November to like the third week of December. So 1 month, mid-November to mid-December, and it has just been phenomenal. A little bit of correctionary move in here, and even the intraday moves like this day there. Fantastic run. Going to be closing today at today's high is 29,003, where yesterday's was 29,010. And it might even be higher than that when the day is over, with 6 hours and 7 minutes to go in the day and the year, and in some people's view, the decade. It's Does a decade start in the year with a 1 or the 0? For me, it starts with a 0. But either way, a new year is upon us. And when I look at this from an S perspective, where I want to go on this, I mean, again, this is the key high. Just keep this number in mind of like barely over 1,000, like 1,200. That was the high from this point, but I want to show this much data. And I'm going to push print screen on my computer right now. I'm pushing print screen. That puts it in my clipboard, which means when I'm on programs like Paint, let's open that up. I can push the paste button. So I'll push the paste button, and that's, I guess it didn't push print screen, so let me push it again. I pushed inserts. Let me push that again. I pushed the wrong button. If you push insert and then you try to push play with numbers later, and then oh damn it, I pushed insert by mistake. Okay, get to my program, which I want, which is Paint. Where did it go? Right here. Because I did it before. This is that little thing you've shown was me doing my work in advance for what I want to do. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to copy and paste again within this, the current run, which is like something like that. So I push copy, then I push paste. It comes down here. What I want to do is I want to paste this amongst lower areas and just compare to see if it were to start that exact same rally from other points, where would it make a move to. And logarithmic charts are very important when you're doing exercises amongst this nature. This is a very successful logarithmic chart. But before we do that, I'm not going to move this so you can see more of the actual chart and the prices on the right. Okay. So then let's bring in the image again of the blah, blah, blah rally. Now, if we talk the rally from here, we can see it pretty much did start same rate of ascent, but it most certainly surpassed what it did before. Thus, it found resistance at an earlier time frame. If we started from this breakout, most certainly destroying that one too. How about from here? Oh, okay. About the same. I mean, I almost think I should just do a comparison video of where I just take the data from point A and point B, and of course point B is what we've had the last little while, and point A is how it performed in 2017. Now, it's very much, a lot of things are comparable amongst this front. As I'm just going to recopy it again. I just want to recopy it so it's easier to copy and paste. Just copying more of a data size. Because when I look at it from this, it's pretty much the exact same. It is after it had what beforehand? Well, this beforehand here, which was from the bottom, it got up, it had some sideways action. It had some sideways action in 2016. It even had some more during retracement mode, and retracement mode is when you're still in a previous high and low, and the high was around 1200. So until it got above that, just like before when we were in this retracement mode, where I've already left it now, that's what you're in. So therefore, this move occurred after it broke what? Oh, all-time high of its previous, of a long time ago beforehand. What did it do after the fact here? Well, it went to 20,000 where it went to. Where did it come from? Well, between 2 and 4, over 3. And quite frankly, right now, as it goes, let me just do a whole bunch of undrawing here. If we were to paste it again and try to get the most perfect spot for where this thing, so you can see it's corrected from in here in the bottom end of this range. So if we take it from even in here, we can just see if I just put a price point at this level. Well, now I'm at about like 1800 or whatever, and it's also about what percentage above or what X from previous high. Oh, not quite 2X. No, 18 from 12. That's about 1.5. Where are we? About 1.5X. Okay. So about 50% higher. And the move that it had from 2,000 to 20,000 was greater. Well, under 2,000 to practically 20,000 was greater than 10X. I'm not going to say it's going to match the move, but greater than 10X from here would be over 300,000. And if it's going to be repeating the wave that it did before, then we still would have a significant ways to go, at least viewing it from this perspective. And this is a preview video only. And what I want to do is I'm going to talk about a couple levels of resistance, but it's not going to be really so much against the Bitcoin, but against the dollar. Against the Bitcoin, five figures. And I think it's going to be happening very soon. So my Theta video coming up later will be just pretty much against the dollar. So I'll just do Bitcoin for this one. And I do expect that the next key level to be that of weak resistance. The next key level is that of 7,300 and change Satoshi. If we do some simple math, we take 7, we realize Bitcoin is near 30,000, and we multiply 7 by 3, we get 21, or 0.7 by 3, we get 2.1. Well, if Bitcoin was $10,000 and you're talking 7,000 Satoshi, or the 72, be talking about 72 cents. But Bitcoin is 3 times higher than that. So that would be about a $2 price for Bitcoin. And we're pretty much there as it is now at 6,400 Satoshi. Now, what we've seen in just the last few days, and I'm going to start it off from exitation on December the 22nd. And this was after it already endured a beautiful run via December 5th, the day before, where it was having this rally and just correcting, finding support really at this area of resistance, reestablishing, attempting a bull market run, and resuming the bull market for that matter from key low to key high, because once you're able to hold 61.8, which is what it successfully did, which is unlike Theta in the past, because Pierce Dexter, which is normal for cryptos and markets it seems, but lately, Theta was piercing less, as was the case when it didn't go down in here with different Fibonacci lines. So with that being said, it's on the breakout. Beautiful run, spanning December the 22nd through that of December the 26th, 4 days, leaving that of about a little over 4,000 Satoshi, and the high, which should be tested and broken very soon, of that of 6,713. Nice down day of 18.4%. Could have been nicer. I got one buyback. That's why it was nice. I mean, it would have been better to have 18% down than 10 for me. But it is what it is. I would have liked it to go down to 45.99. It didn't do it. Markets do what they do, and I just adjust to the situation. With that being said, we have an up rally, but then it makes a low, and it doesn't shake people out. Not even close. In fact, it just rallies continuously further. Now getting above this in a huge move today, up 15.89%. 4-hour term time frame to me is where it gets very interesting, though. And even all the other ones are so damn good, it seems. But it breaks down below this fib line. We resisted here, failed breakout here. Oftentimes when failed moves in one direction gives you fast moves in the opposite direction. Not here. Or concise moves, not here even, I like to say. Because it broke out above this Fibonacci line after resisting that nice higher low here. But we didn't support not only at or even near the level, because I guess it did support near the level. So it held and stayed above it, which is what it all came down to. So this move, which was not a failed breakout when it was all said and done, at least from what we're seeing in here. But as it goes down, the 1900 stamp December 30th, getting above the 1800 average of highs. Next period there after that is a nice hold period. And then we have a small breakout after that, followed by a larger volatile hold period. And now another breakout period on the current one with 1 hour and 57 minutes to play in the period. Hockey, 2 weeks away. That's not good news for some people because there will be less videos on here. It is what it is. And then we have well, with the halfway period is what I meant to say, is that a lot of the meat of the period can come in, but there's still, this thing can still end up going very, very nicely, as we've had another excitation at the 11-hour timestamp. Theta, again, is looking phenomenal. Having the higher low here to this one, I like that. So we have the July 27th low this year with the on the weekly time frame with the late November lows. All of these key highs, Binance open highs. November 30th, 2018, one just a few hour highs. It gave it all back within the day. And then the early 2019 highs, that's number 3. Number 4, okay, this time it held because we've seen how it held within the 18 lows. Excitation, getting above here, spending more time above this big little area here, but the entire time above what was resistance. Once, twice, 3 times. I mean, yeah, it pierced above it a few times, but it never was able to hold it on any of those situations, even this last time here. And at least, and that's what's so magnificent about this run. It gets above it August the 10th, and it has not, other than for a brief moment in time, been below this 34.26 level, and it has not been below at all, below 3,100 Satoshi. And doing so with Bitcoin in a spectacular bull market along the way lately. Which means I'm not going to put the US dollar chart up against Theta, which, well, 65. That's pretty much this rounded number. Let's multiply that by 3. Well, 60 times 3 is 180. 5 times 3 would make it $1.95, $1.94, and that's if it was 30,000 Bitcoins. So we're looking at $1.90ish or so for that of Theta. Short answer is I don't expect $2 to be nothing more than short-term resistance. Thank you for tuning in.